because I didn't know him like that. Anyhow, let's cut a long story short. We arranged, I turned my camera on, and Abel recorded me.
Recorded you doing what? Just regular, normal out? Like just regular?
You know, he was around, he told me to do... I can't even say these things. These things are so embarrassing. Let's cut that bit. He was recording me. Not to make it absolutely clear.
Abel is saying a lot of things about you. And you have a side on TikTok that believes your story. Only 1 and 2 I believe Abel. The people that who believe Abel don't have to be Abel. So don't be afraid to say what you want to say. People, females, we have to let this not happen to any other females. The females need to know that no Abel dirty deeds. The females need to know, Lady Louise, what Abel is about. He's into females DM telling them that he loves them and try to manipulate them to make them believe that they have something together when they don't.
I think that, you know, I am not innocent in this. I have to take responsibility too. I was wrong, and I was wrong to trust him. I was wrong. There's no excuse that I could make. I was wrong to trust him. A year is no time at all. And this is why sometimes I can't understand how I gave him so much money. And I think it's crazy.
When you look back and sit down and look into yourself, Louise, I know how you feel. You feel like fish out of water. I know how you feel. When you look back, Louise, into yourself, when you sat on your couch or sat sitting in your car and look back on everything from the start to now, you wouldn't beat yourself?
Well, I'm trying to be kind of gentle with my side. I've been, you know, I was feeling really depressed. You know, it's not a year since he's gone. If you lose a parent, you know, you can't get over that in a day. That's not going to go away in a day. You know, I'm going through all the stages of grief. All of those stages of grief where I became... You know,
this is why he played on you. Louise, this is why he did this to you. Now, this mucking about, and this part hurt me, is a man, yeah, look. And because you don't want him, that's why you did this. Because him don't want you, that's why you did this. No, Louise, again, one last time. Him say you did want him. Him say to him not there with you. Me ask you, 1 year you and him have been doing on a situationship. Louise, you have never, ever sent a picture to Abel? Never. Guys, woman where look man. Woman where look and have Abel ever asked you for her?
Never.
Guys, woman where look man. Them now fix up them body and do the video them and send go get the man, guys. This makes sense. He's saying never. Okay. He's saying that the lady are mad over him. And the lady upset because him have him woman. So to make this make sense, she said when he told her that his girlfriend was pregnant or him have somebody pregnant, that's when she said enough is enough and cut. What she did for those still stay?
I mean, we must remember one thing as well. This started because of Abel. This didn't start because of me. Abel was the one who contacted Roger. not me. So if Abel didn't, contact Roger with all of what he had contacted Roger with and just left it, we wouldn't even be here now. And that's one important thing I want everybody to have in their mind, that Abel started this. Abel and I had an agreement. Nobody was going to say anything. I wasn't going to say anything. He wasn't going to say anything. We would just walk and go our own different ways.
What was... All right, Louise, we're not agree upon something. What was the reason you think that Abel contacted Roger? What was the reason for that?
Because I think Abel was afraid. One of the things Abel was saying to me when all this had happened was, why don't I change my name and not be Lady Louise, be somebody else and just, hide away quietly. That's what he wanted me to do. And I said, well, no, I don't want to do that. I haven't done anything wrong, and I just want to be myself. And he was saying, but you're not a social media person. And I said, I know. I don't want to be a social media person either. I'm quite happy to just, live the life I've always been living. It's a good life. He was, worried about himself, about media getting hold of it. And I was like, well, Abel, I'm not going to say anything unless you say something. Because if you say something, if I hear that you've said something to me that's about me that's bad, I'm going to defend myself. Because at some point, Abel would have had to be, people would have been, and he said this to me, he said, what am I, people are going to ask why you're not here. And I said to him, well, why don't you just say to them that, I'm busy, I'm doing things. And he kept saying, no, I'm not going to lie, I'm not going to tell them that. He was putting me under pressure not to leave.
So if you must not leave, what you must do, just continue then?
That's what it was going to be. I made my mind out.
Louise, did Abel ever tell you to contact the bank and tell the bank that it was not you for him, so the bank could give you back all the money?
No, he never asked me. No, he hasn't asked me that. He's spoken about other people who did that, but he never told me to do that.
All right. So, Louise, here's the thing. What kind of messed we up. He said that he told you something in private about the butt, and you sended it out.
Yes.
And he's a little bit upset about that because him carry out his mother this morning and the mom must have console him and whatever, which we don't really care about that because the boy... No, the Obia part, Louise, did ever say anything about you with Obia?
No. Every time there was a headline about him and Obia being connected to that, he always appeared embarrassed and, upset to be connected with that. So that was always the impression he gave me, that he wasn't an Obia man. He didn't like being connected with these kind of things, and that he was embarrassed to be connected with it.
Louise is a liar. This boy sit down and burn candle with people's name under it. Did you know that?
Yes, because I also saw where the candle had, where the camera had fallen, but I didn't really think nothing of it. I really didn't think anything of it. It's only as I reflect and I think about everything, I do believe he had my name on one of those candles.
Him walk with him gifter's name in him shoes. Have you ever heard that before?
I've heard that, but again, I didn't think anything of it. You know, I just heard it and I didn't think anything of it. I didn't think he did it. I didn't think he didn't do it. I just didn't think anything of it.
Louise, how you feel now? You feel like you will be still gifting Abel?
Oh, no. My bank's involved, the police is involved, and I've always said to Abel, because Abel has always been adamant, it's not a scam, I haven't been scamming you.
But Louise, Abel have a way of letting things calm down, then he's gonna call you on another phone and beg and plead, maybe cry to you, and you're gonna feel sorry for him. Are you going to go back to all of this and let him, you know?
No. My plan is, after this is finished, and I mean today is the last day I'm putting any more of my time into this nonsense. As I said, I've handed it over to the bank, I've handed it over to the police. If it's a scam...
You have spoke to the authorities about this?
Yes, I did. Because when I looked back on everything, I could clearly see that Abel did not... Miss Blinga, there's so much to it. I have to show you all that. There's so much to it, and you're going to think I'm crazy. But I can't hear you anymore. I don't know if you can hear me.
I sent my number to Roger to give to you where I collect all evidence in that WhatsApp. You have WhatsApp?
I do have
Write this number down. Write this number down. Okay. Guys, support the live goal. Thank you so much, Prestige. And people, we're asking you to send the money so we start the court case. Click on the left-hand corner of the screen. We need $559 more. Prestige, big up yourself. Thank you. Okay. Money gone live goal. 876 851 6598. That's my one of the WhatsApp number you can reach me on. Just say, hi Bling, this is Lady Louise, so I know it's you, because I have a lot of messages from people. What I'm saying to you now is, you said you handed it over to the authorities, and they're saying that
about who is Philip Wright? Why are you sending him money? Where did you meet?
What did you tell the bank? You told the bank Philip Wright was who to you?
Right, so when they were saying all these things, we agreed that he would be my cousin, I think it was, or something like that. We said we were going to be relatives. And so we went to the, I went to the bank and I said to him, the bank, he's my cousin. And then they said, have you got any proof that he's my cousin? And then I went back to Abel and I said, Abel, they're asking me for proof that you're my cousin. So he then said to me, I will ask my mum to do a video saying that we are family. And so said, so done. His mum did what he asked her. She went on there, she was holding her ID card and she said, you know, her name and said, you know, Louise, we are family. And Abel's in that video too.
Louise, did Abel mom reach out to you any point in time from yesterday to today about this or anything?
No, because I don't know Abel's mum. You know, I only, you know, when she did the video, I said to her, thank you. That was the only conversation that we've ever had. And once before, I think he had said to me,
Louise, listen. When it was Abel's birthday, Abel was in America, right? Do you know he was there with a female?
Well, it's not really interesting. Because he said to me that his girlfriend that is pregnant, she couldn't go to Mexico with him. And that she got pregnant when he came back from Mexico. See, it's one big old lie with Abel. And you would think to yourself, well, why would he tell me these things? Why would you have to go into so much detail with me? Who am I? I'm not your girlfriend. I'm not, who am I? Why would you tell me so much? It was always a lie to cover a lie with Abel. He always had to tell me a lie to cover himself, because sometimes I would just ask him questions naturally and he couldn't give me natural answers. So he would, talk about...
Louise, are you a sponsor in his talent show?
I am not now, because of the amount of money that I gave him. He more than had enough to pay for the talent show. I mean, don't listen to Abel. Abel is not poor. Abel is not broke. Abel has a lot of money. He doesn't have to keep asking me for money. I helped him in the first talent show, and I said I'm not helping him in the second talent show because I'd given him enough already. Abel is not poor. Abel's just greedy.
Do you know about Catwoman?
No. I know just as much as anybody else who's on TikTok who reads the headlines and reads the comments. So no, I don't know anything. I don't know anything about anybody. One of the things I've been absolutely clear about is I haven't come on TikTok to make friends. I don't talk to people. I get many messages. I do not respond to messages. I don't respond to anything because I'm not here to keep conversations with people. There's only two people that I have held conversations with on TikTok, and it has been Abel and Roger.
How are you? I'm going to ask you a question, Louise. It's not a disrespectful question. It's going to sound like it. How are you mentally now? How has this affected you?
Well, I just take one day at a time. I'm very mindful that my dad hasn't gone very long, and it's still affecting me and it still affects my family. So I don't.
So your family know about this?
No, my dad. So right now, I don't want to stress too much about it. It's a lot of money, and it's a lot of money to people. If I get it back, I get it back. If I don't get it back, I'm not losing sleep. Life goes on. It's a small chunk. The main thing is that Abel didn't have to do me like that, because he and I could have just been friends. You could have let me alone, and I